Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Mondays with Max. I am Max Voltage, your host for this evening. Wow, good day. I hope you guys are all having a great day. The markets are having a wonderful day. Yes, and a lot of things were very, very good today. I do have one thing. I do have a bone to pick with somebody, but I'll get to that in a minute. But let's go over to see who is here. Turtle Tech is here. Son of a Rabbit, Nick the Best. Burn Gaming with Smokey Dan. Let's see. Mining King. Sorry to hear you had a rough day, dude. Let's see who. Mike the Miner. Vinny Del Greco. Dom G. Nas City. Travelers Travels. And no, I did not forget to unmute the mic, Gordon Murray. So thank you for the reminder. I appreciate it. Paddywhack Miner. Good to see you. Eatable Zebra, Batter Ace, the Red Panda Mining, and he's only kind of here, but he better be giving us game updates. That is your responsibility, Red Panda. Keep us all updated. I am not muted, so stop. Joker. Sorry, getting ready. Integra Guy 041, not to be confused with Integra Guy 042. I will really laugh if somebody eventually comes in as Integra Guy 042. Anyway, Automatic Beats, Strange Tamer, Black Cat Team, and it does the typical jump. Toxic Miner, Solar Miner, Rusky's Crypto Cave, Bacon Eggs and Hash, Dakar Tech, the infamous Sunflower Mama is sitting right next to me. Golden Wolf, I think I may have said you already. I think that was Gordon Murray I'm thinking of. Anyway, let's see. Anybody else? Caw Valley Crypto. Let's see. Iowa Crypto Mining. Good evening to you as well. Tech Bandit, Not James. Frogman Mining. Swamp 7. Good to see you, sir. Definitely been taking advantage of some of your modules for mining in the background, so I appreciate that. Mining in the background on Vast. Geek of All Trades, which remind me, Geek of All Trades, I'm going to talk about what we talked about earlier when I get into projects. John Germain, and I think that's it. All right. Good to see you all. So, well, let's get my irritation out to start, okay? Let me share my screen. Hang on. Yeah, this. I wake up to this. Numax. Like, he's either saying he's trying to usurp me or he's telling me I'm old. One of the two. And it's really... Sorry, hold on a second. He's calling me. Hello? What do you want? Yeah, no, I didn't have a chance to watch it. No, I don't... Oh, okay. Sorry. Bye. Oh, never mind. That's Newsmax. Got it. All right. Guess I was upset all day for nothing. Just kidding. Anyway, thought it was kind of funny when we saw we were giving him a hard time about it. But anyway. All righty. I know. Dad joke. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys all did too. So, alrighty, let's get more into serious things. Let me take that away. There we go. So anyway, one thing made me really excited today. I happened to look, as I always do, I look at my Vast rigs, and to my surprise, my 8 GPU 4090 is finally verified. So thank you to, I forget the guy's name. I wish I could, there's like a main guy that gives a lot of help in the Vast hosting channel in the Vast Discord. And he basically told me exactly what to do. And so I followed the instructions. The first week it didn't work because I jacked up the price so high, but I got rented anyway. So I was okay. I basically did kind of go away pricing that if I got rented, I wouldn't care because it was equivalent to, but then last week, it like did not get rented at all. And then finally today it showed up as verified. So unfortunately, I had extended my my time. Like you can set up like subscription time that to end at a certain time, so people will be able to stay on your rig at their current price up until that time. Well, unfortunately, it goes till July 1st. So probably going to be a while before those people hop off. I do have 2 openings out of the 8 right now. So I'm hoping I get some higher priced people on those openings. But definitely very, very happy about that. So how I got it basically was just being unrented for a week. That was the solution. It seems very, very simple, but that was the solution. Evidently, during a week, you will get tested during that period of time. And then usually within 2 to 3 weeks after that, you will get verified. So if you have a rig that they want more verifications for, so me being 84090s, that is a rig that they are looking, that they want those types of rigs. So, which I knew, so that's why I just didn't understand. So now I know. So definitely looking forward to some higher profits as a result. So very, very, very happy about that. Could not believe it. So now I have 3 rigs out of the 10 that are verified, but out of the 17 GPUs I have on it, there are 10 that are now verified. So yeah, definitely helping a lot. And interestingly enough, some of the GPUs that I have on there, I have upped the price on them, and they're actually earning equivalent to verified VAST rigs. So I was jacking them up thinking that, okay, I won't get rented. And then I ended up getting rented. So I've got 3090s that are rented. One's rented for 20 cents. 2 of them are rented for 18 cents. I've got a 4070 Ti that's not rented for 18 cents. I wasn't getting anywhere near that pricing before. So eventually when those hop off, and there'll probably be a period of time where they will, they'll eventually get verified most likely as well. So, but I'm glad I finally had somebody give me the secret sauce on how to get verified. So if any of you guys are wondering, that seems to be the trick on how to get verified with VAST. So that was exciting for me. But what you guys are all here for has nothing to do with that. Has to do with the crypto market. Holy cow. Yeah, we've had some big changes. Let me bring that back up. Actually, I am going to... That's what I wanted. All right. Let me go back to the top 100 and I'll come back to my list. So Bitcoin is up 7%, over 71,000. This was a pretty big shock to me. I was buying what people were selling as far as the Ethereum ETFs not being approved. I wasn't so sure because there was a little bit of news last week that there was the SEC had come back and asked for a few changes. And if you remember the last time with Bitcoin, they did the same thing. So I was like, well, maybe this is an indication, but nobody took it as an indication. So I was like, okay, I guess everybody else knows more than me. And then today they came out and said there's a document that needed to be updated at the exchanges, rule document change. And so they were asking for a very quick turnaround time on that. And then I guess the next step is an S1 document that needs to be changed or made or something. So there's 2 steps to this before the Ethereum ETF could even be approved. And that's only for the first one, actually. There's a number of dates. Everybody's concentrating on the first one because the last time with the Bitcoin ETF, everybody got approved with whatever that first deadline was. But there's a number of other deadlines along the way. So maybe if they don't get everything in time, maybe they'll decide to hit one of these other deadlines along the way and just be like, okay, well, we didn't make this one. We're going to deny this for now. And then when the next, maybe not even the next one's the following day. And then the next one after that is the 30th of May. Here, let me bring it up real quick. Here it is. So you can see here the Van Eck Ethereum ETH spot ETF deadline is 5/23, and the ARK investment shares ETF is on 5/24, and then the Hashdex is on May 30th, and then the one after that is Grayscale on. Why are you you're pointing at me? Oh, interesting, Erted. Also last week, one of the top people stepped down and they were part of the ETF process too. Interesting. Well, was that more of a pro ETF person or a non-pro anti ETF process guy? Was curious. Let me know if you know that. Vinny Del Greco says, now the BTC pumping folks can move in from FPGA farm, destroying crypto projects. Yeah. Joker Miter says, no more vast rig for him. Yeah, I kind of need a network to do it. I'd host you if I had power, but I'm out of power. Oh. Integra Guy, not to be confused with Integra Guy 042. I love it. Love it. Thank you, sir. Oh, that's hilarious. Martin, should I do the firmware upgrade on my KS0 Pro for... Okay, yeah, I'll get rid of that. I'll come back to that. I'll start answering questions and then I'll go back to that. All right, there we go. Should I do the firmware upgrade on my KS0 Pro with 300 gigahash? Give me the pros and cons. Is it really worth it in your opinion? Thank you. So the problem with KS0 Pros is they tend to overheat. The paste isn't that great. So I don't know enough about that firmware upgrade to tell you for sure. I just know that if it's anything like the other firmware changes that are out there, they are driving it and heating it up a lot more, which is leading to premature deaths of KS0s, or maybe not premature, but certainly faster than if you didn't do that. So yeah, I can't say that I would recommend it, but if it's coming directly from Ice River, I don't know. I'm sure there's probably videos out there. I am definitely not an Ice River or even any Caspa miner expert at all. Only thing I know is the numbers, and I have been I made it very clear last November that I am against, not against, I don't think it makes sense. As of November of last year, I'm not talking about if you bought earlier than that, but as of November last year, I didn't think it made sense to order Caspa miners because the Caspa miners were coming out so fast and you weren't going to eventually make your money back. You'd be better off investing in the coin than investing in the miner. That was my opinion. All right, let me see if there was anything else I missed. Oh, 10 minutes to midnight, were you supposed to turn GPUs off? So I don't know if you're talking about mining Casper or you're just talking about in general, but depending on your power rate, it may not be very profitable to be mining right now. I am always of the mindset that as long as you can break even, continue mining. No reason not to. But if you're mining at a loss, then I think you're better off taking the money you'd be using to pay for power and taking that money and investing it in the coin instead. That's just my opinion. Or at least the difference. Let's see. Integra Guy says he just mounted a 200 amp panel in his garage, just waiting for it to get approved by the town. Nice. Yeah, we were just talking about our 33-year-old transformer. Yeah, one of these days it's going to blow. I'm taxing it pretty hard. Basically, my house is basically consistently about 10 kilowatts. Although recently it's been less because of I haven't been getting miners on my vast rigs. I've been getting other things. So it has not been a consistent 10 kilowatts, which has been nice. Air conditioner's been able to actually keep up, which is nice. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to say his whole name when he's talking about it. So Integra Guy 041, not to be confused with Integra Guy 042, has installed a 200 amp circuit into his garage, and he's just waiting for the town to approve it. Happy? You're not the only one taxing it? Okay. I know I'm not the only one, but I don't think the guy behind me is mining anymore. But yeah, we are both on the same transformer. So yeah, for a while when we were both mining as much as we could, yeah, we were both. So it's had some wear and tear, I think. It's had some wear and tear. Okay. The Mining King says he needs AC. Yeah, I'm sure you probably only get that when you go back to the room. Oh, I see. I meant federal and government. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, I got it now. I got it. By the way, first time on Mondays with Max with the new mic. Hope you guys like it. I really enjoy it. I like basically sounds, I think, a little bit better. I like the way it looks better than the blue unit. The one that people make fun of GPU risers for, but mine's usually out of screen. But I do like this one a little bit better. Oh, and the new plant. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up. I don't believe Taines is here, but that plant right above my hand, which my middle finger's pointing at, that little kit was given to my wife by Taines. And she finally got around to putting it together, and now it's in the studio background. So, yeah. It's sunflowers. My wife's sunflower mama. Yeah, you can pretty much figure it out. Okay. Let's see. Son of a rabbit. I mentioned it before. Complete missing baseline. I'm not sure what you mean. Are you saying... You're saying the microphone's missing baseline? Like there's not enough bass? Because I actually turned down the bass upon Hawk's suggestion. Gaming with Smoking Dan. I'm not saying that. But yeah, thanks. Son of a rabbit. Yo. Okay. All right. So back to... Let's look at the markets. So Bitcoin, like I said, up. It's coming down a little bit. I still wonder if the market's going to come back. I still think we got one more breakdown to 60 in it. But I also didn't expect this. So I don't know. Now I'm getting a little bit more confused as to whether or not it's going to come back down. I mean, obviously we'll have... I think tomorrow we'll still have an up market. That's what I'm thinking. Because there'll be like a follow-on, but it won't be as big. And then we'll have a down market on Wednesday, and then just kind of as you got to kind of come back after the rubber band kind of snaps. And then Thursday and Friday will be telling to see what happens. That's what I think is going to happen. But let's take a look. So then we got Solana up 9%. I mean, a lot of things in the top of... Actually, the top like 300-400 did really well. Got XRP up, Dogecoin up 8%, Toncoin, Cardano up 7%, Avalanche up 12%. Yeah. I was happy with that one. Polkadot, one of my main picks right now, is 8.5%. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Forgot to bring it back up. There we go. Where was I? Polkadot, like I said, 8.5%. Let's see. Let's kind of pick up Polygon up about the same amount. Litecoin up 6.27%. It's come down a little bit in the last hour. Oh, and just as a reminder, yep, Litecoin's still ahead, almost double the gain. Now, with all that said, if we had just invested in Bitcoin, or either of us had said, Bitcoin's going to beat both of them, we'd be right, as it's considerably higher gain than either Litecoin or Casper right now. So anyway, we'll continue to keep track of that. I'm feeling pretty good about my chances, because remember, I set the deadline at the end of the year. That was the deadline. And I really believe that like bigger coins are going to do well through the end of the year, but we're not really going to see major altcoin. Now, admittedly, Casper is kind of a big coin, the fact that's right around 40, but I still don't think that the market necessarily sees it that way. Just because its value is there doesn't mean that they view it the same way. Anyway, just my opinion. But even when you start getting on, you start getting with dog with hat, and you start getting into some of those coins. So all right, let me go back. Continue going down. I wasn't talking shit. I never even mentioned the person's name. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Anyway. All right, let's see what else we got here. ETC up 13%. Yeah, baby. Like to see that. You know what I didn't look at? I didn't look to see, and I'm sure it didn't, but I didn't look to see if ETCMC or ETC POW, if it actually went up. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Let's see what else. Render up 7.75%. Not bad. They're up less than 5. Mutable X up. Definitely anything that was related to Ethereum has done well. Filecoin up 11%. Let's see. I don't know what I just said, but obviously something I said set off Alexa. Arbitrum up again. Anything related to Ethereum is doing well. Arbitrum up 19%. Oh, evidently Alexa was listening to me and was giving the price. I did. SWE up 12%. Injective up 17%. Did I go right past? Yeah, there's Caspa up 5%. So definitely better than being down, that's for sure. Yeah, let's see if there's any other notables. Monero, again, not really related to Ethereum at all, so didn't really expect it to do much. Theta up 14%. But you can see, actually, even though the 7 days is looking really good for a lot of these coins. A lot of these coins. I mean, double digits in the last 7 days for, it's not hard to find one. That's for sure. So yeah, and the Uniswap, I forgot to mention that one. Again, I kind of took a flyer on that, but not unhappy that I did, because it's doing well. So this is probably one of the ones that when I bought, this is probably the one I'm probably doing the best on right now. All right, let me go back. What about Poodle with Noodle? That is not a coin. Dog with hat. But Poodle with Noodle is not a coin. I hope not, anyway. Give me a Smoky Dan 8. Oh, no, you already said that. All right. We're going to see if there's anybody else. If you guys want me to read anything in the chat, please tag me. Chumps thinks it is. Okay. We'll look it up. I'll humor him, because that's what he wants. Poodle There's Poodle token, but there is not Poodle with Noodle. No, there is not Poodle with Noodle. But let's take a look at Coin. Oh, there we go. Coin Gecko. ETC POW. Oh, look at that. It's up 14%. Sweet. From about 2.2 cents to 2.5 cents. I'm rich. So they have not, if you've ever watched any of the times that Gary Gensler is in front of Congress, he has always asked, is Ethereum a security or not? Make a choice. And he won't. He will not say. But yet he's going to do all these lawsuits as if these are securities, but will not state that what is a security and what is not a security when asked in front of Congress. Yeah. As I talked about on Saturday Night Live, there are a number of legislative issues that are coming up, which are bipartisan. I mean, yes, more Republicans than Democrats are supporting it, but there's a lot of Democrats that are coming around. So it is, I mean, you have a very powerful Democrat in Elizabeth Warren, who is very anti crypto, and that basically, you know, makes it so a lot of the Democrats don't want to cross her. But a lot of them are now. Chuck Schumer crossed her. So I think with this last vote in the Senate and the vote that was in the House with the congressional, I forget, I had notes written down from Saturday Night Live. What did I call it? Congressional Review Act. That's a very harsh step to take when you're trying to accomplish something. Really, it should be a bill, but because they couldn't get the bill through committee, this was the step that they all took instead. And it still went through, even though it wasn't the best way to do it. So that, I think, says a lot. So if a bill finally comes out of committee, which it has, I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of changes in Congress, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens over the next few weeks with these with this legislation. Ted said he's playing the game. Let the courts make the law. Yeah, and I hate that. Don't let the courts make the law. Let Congress make the law. Don't you make the law. You are supposed to be, you know, using the law and applying the law, not making up the law. And that's what Gensler's doing. And yeah, we all know we do not like Gary Gensler. I don't think anybody likes Gary Gensler, honestly. I don't even think I don't think Democrats like him. I have never met a person that thinks Gary Gensler is a good human being. So, yeah, he is not doing what's best for investors. That is clear. He is manipulating markets. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. Probably in the back pocket of BlackRock, and they're probably trying to keep the price of some of this stuff down artificially. There's all kinds of things. Put our tinfoil hats on, all kinds of things. Some of them will be way out there, and some of them will probably be pretty close to the truth. But bottom line is that he is playing with with the deck stacked in his favor to do whatever he wants. Thankfully, the courts are not cooperating with him, and he pretty much loses every single time. He's a loser. All right. Gaming with Smokey Dan said, I heard his mother hates him as well. All right. Well, let's, so ETC POW, and then, oh, sorry, I have to look up Poodle with Noodle. P with hat. I don't think that's poodle with noodle. It's poodle. That's it. But that's not poodle with noodle. Are you happy now, geek? Are you happy? John English text says, rolls out a freshie Costco tinfoil roll. Love it. Pelsmatter says, how goes it? Why ETC POW? The price hasn't changed in 4 months. No, seriously, look at that. Are you not looking at the screen? It went up 14%. It changed. No, I suppose we could go out a little bit further and see when the last time it was at 2.5 cents, which was probably like a month ago. Let me go out 3 months. Oh my God. Well, let's go up 1 month. All right, let's see last time we were there. We were there on May 9th. Earlier this month, we were actually May 8th. We were at 2.5 cents. But hey, it went up. Look at that. It has life. Might be a dead cat bounce, but hey, I'm not complaining. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We are certainly not in altcoin season, that's for sure. Which is definitely proven. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Oh, that's right. Let me go back here. This is what I wanted. So let's start at the bottom. So Raptorium, again, did not partake in this little bull little run today. They're down 6%. Neoxa is actually up 4%, but it's less than 0.2 of a penny. It's been there for a while. That is like stupid low. But obviously still down for the week. Pyron is still down 10% for the week. Zephyr is still down 27% for the week. It's recovering from, I'm not even going to try to get into that, but yes, there was some shenanigans that went on evidently. Next is up 7% for the week and 5.7% for the day. So that was kind of nice to see. But then you have lowly Radiant, which is down a little under 14% for the week, 4% for the day. Dynex kind of holding steady. A little under 2% for the week. That's not horrible considering. Demo's up 5%, pretty much even for the week. Hive Mapper's up 4%, down 3.5% for the week. And then you got a Lithium that is finally showing some life, up 12.3% for the week, almost 5% for the day. Flux up 3%, up 5% for the week. And then you start getting into Raven Coin. Look at that. Up over 10% for the day and for the week. Nice. And this one is like my sleeper. I like this one. Jupiter up 8% for today, up over 15% for the week. So I'm still holding. I sold 200 of my airdrop and I kept 200 of my airdrop. I also did a little bit of unminable to Jupiter, not much. So I just hold a little bit over 200, I think like 208 or something like that. Maybe it's 219. I don't know. It's not much more than 200. So not a lot, but it's fun to be a part of this little journey. Caspa, hey, it's showing some life. 5.5% for the day, almost 11% for the week. Filecoin. Now, again, this one, I went over it on Saturday Night Live. This one has some ties to Ethereum with its Filecoin virtual machine. So it's up almost 12% for today. So that was a nice little bounce. Litecoin up 6.3%, 9% for the week. Nice. And Polkadot, one of my other favorites, up 9%. Again, what we're really seeing is a lot of the smart contract coins have done very, very well today. So up 9%, over 9% and up 13% for the week. Cardano similar, up almost 8%, but up more for the week at 14.5%. So pretty nice gains. Like I said, I hold a lot of these coins. I hold Cardano, Polkadot. Well, actually pretty much everything here I do hold. I hold some more than others. But like Raven coin, I don't hold much. But hey, nice to see a little bit of bounce in everything. Except for a few things like Radiant. Come on, Radiant. Need to see some life out of you. But same thing with Nioxa. Nioxa really hasn't done much lately. But yeah, it has actually just recently bounced. I saw like when it was at like 0.1. I bought some today at like 0.177. I actually just recently put in a purchase. I don't know if it went through. I mean, we're talking like $5 at a time. I'm trying to get up to that $1 million so I can do a node. And I am up over 850,000, so I am almost there. And which is helping with when I'm making returns at inodes. That is certainly helping. Let's see. Did it actually? Do I still have an active order? No, it actually did go through. Nice. So yeah, I had a couple buys at less than 0.18. So it's nice to see that it bounced up a little bit. Alrighty. Well, projects. That was going to be the next thing I was going to talk about. So let me check chat real quick. Oh, and big in my face. Yes, I will in big in my face. There we go. King of all trades. LOL, it's not real. We can make it on Solana. Do it with me for Misfit Mining. Ticker nude. Oh, for noodle. Yeah, got it. Bacon Eggs Nash says Carrie was dropped a lot as an infant. Yeah, it's probably true. Wouldn't doubt it. I don't want to promise any. I don't want to make promises that I can't keep. So I will say that I had a lot of things going on at work. It's starting to, we still have some things to wrap up in the special project we had, but it is winding down. So no more Saturdays, working. So yeah, that's gonna be nice to be able to go back to like 9-hour days instead of 10 or 11-hour days. So yeah. And yeah, the little thing we were getting ready for today at work didn't end up happening, which I was actually pretty happy about. It was a lot less stressful not having to give a tour. But at any rate, I have a list of things I do want to do. Actually, I have two things. That and another whiteboard that I've written on with ideas for videos. Pellish Miner, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Buy yourself a coffee on me in the AM. Max is the man. Cats of Crypto. Well, thank you, sir. Not only will that do one day, that'll do 2 days of coffee. I don't go to Starbucks. Starbucks is overrated. Absolutely overrated. They burn the coffee. They burn the beans. I just don't like that. I like the way coffee tastes, the way it's supposed to taste. Not that you have to like put tons of sugar and milk and You're not wrong. It is the only way that I'm going to get more subscribers. That much is clear. Gaming of Smoking Dan says, PC come with a free notepad and WordPad as well. Yes, I know that. I do know that. But I like having it on a whiteboard. I don't know why. Lose it in the tabs. No, I wouldn't. I would not lose it in the tabs. Plus, it's not in the tabs. It's on a different... Notepad is a totally different application. Anyway, yes, I am a slacker. I'm gonna go to Slackers Anonymous. That's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, YouTube Slackers Anonymous, YSA. That's what we're gonna call it. YSA. I'm a member of YSA. Let's see. Joker Miner. Oilers 12 shots, Canucks 2 shots so far. Well, I like that trend, but they got to go in. I'm guessing that nobody scored yet. Mr. Joker. Creek of all trades. I just checked 2 videos off my whiteboard. Come on, Max, pick up the pace. Yeah, you're not wrong. But hey, you know, you distracted me with one of the new projects that I have, which is getting a certification on prompt engineering, ChatGPT prompt engineering. So there is a free course through Vanderbilt University, well, Coursera, along with Vanderbilt University, and you can get a free certification. Of course, you got to take the test, you got to take the class, and then I believe take a test to get the certification. But it's kind of cool. So I'm just figured something I could learn. I'm pretty good with prompts with Google, but I'd like to make sure that I'm also applying some of those same things in more direct ways with ChatGPT so I can get better results out of ChatGPT as well. Luke Pugliese with a $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. Buy Caspa with this. Smash the likes on the stream, family. Yes, please smash the likes. I would appreciate it. I will not be buying Cas with that. I have a bag of Cas, and I am comfortable with where it's at right now. I think the bigger coins are the place to be right now. Not saying that I won't buy Cas in the future when I think the smaller coins, the more altcoins, will do better. But right now, I think it's the more well-established coins are going to be the ones doing well. There's not a lot of specking out there, you know, not people spec coin shopping. People want something established that has real use and is proven. And those are the things that people are going after right now. Once those have kind of risen a bit, I think then we'll start seeing some other things come up. But I honestly don't think that it's going to really be the smaller altcoin season until next year. That's my opinion. Oh, okay. Chump change. Where exactly? Oh, don't worry, Max. I'll save you a seat on my yacht. Okay, we'll see. Scott Sheffield says you spelled dinging wrong. Chump change. That's awesome, Scott Sheffield. That's hilarious. Oh man, that's a good comeback. That's a very good comeback. Bacon, eggs, and hash, top 10 only, Max. Yeah, I mean, I kind of am going out top 20. Where I think things are going to be, maybe out to like 25. You know, Uniswap I think is a 21. So there's some things out there. I forget where Arbitrum is, but I think that one will do kind of well, along with anything that's aligned with Ethereum will do well when Ethereum does well. So yes, there's going to be a lot of coins that might be a little bit lower than that top 20, 30, but because they're aligned with Ethereum, they're going to do well. Let's see. Let me go back to this. Where was Arbitrum? Let's see. There it is, 39. So it'll be interesting. It'll definitely be interesting. And Stellar, again, smart contracts. I mean, if Caspa comes out and starts doing smart contracts and getting some adoption, not even a lot, just a little bit, I think that will change the game for them based upon where we're seeing other smart contract projects, I should say. So yeah, ETC is, yes, Dakota Miner, ETC is doing well right now. And thank you, Geek. Geek did put the link to the Coursera course for prompt engineering in the chat. Do I have the ability to... I do have the ability. I'm pinning that message. I think it's valuable. think it's always good to learn new things, and that's something. I mean, we all know AI is here to stay, and there's a shortage of prompt engineers. It is a thing. It is definitely a thing. Be pretty cool to have that job, especially when I've been saying I have the PhD in Google. Joker Matter said Canucks had a 4-minute power play, no goal. Wow. Very interesting. So yes, still 0-0. All right. Oh, projects. Right. So we talked about the prompt engineering course. I'm also going to be taking a course for I'm going to get certification to be an Azure admin. That is like the next step. I took the basic certification. Now I'm going to get that. I also, as I mentioned, the NAS is kind of coming together. I don't know when all the parts are going to show up. But I have kind of an idea where I'm getting everything from, and I'm looking forward to doing that project. Very much looking forward to that. It cost me a little bit of money, but it is going to be less. I did make a decision. I am actually going to do, pretty sure, I got a little bit more research to do, but I actually am going to do unmineable. The big thing with unmineable, why people weren't selecting it before, was because of its performance. But there are workarounds to get the performance where it needs to be. Basically it needs to go around fuse. Anyway, I watched a couple of videos on it. And it really helps it be about the same as TrueNAS scale. And the real key thing about Unraid is that you can put in mismatched drives. So the only thing is your biggest drive needs to be your parity drive. So if you say you have, for instance, if you have 4 10 terabit drives and then you want to add a 5th drive, and the 5th drive is a 16 terabyte drive, then that 16 terabyte drive is going to be your parity drive, and then one of your 10 terabit drives will then be a data drive. Yes, I said Unraid the second time. I realized I said something wrong the first time, but yeah, Unraid is what I meant. Anyway, thank you for that correction. Yes, you can. Actually, it is set up to be a NAS. So it has that functionality in it. So that is, yeah, definitely. Like I said, I debated on TrueNAS scale. There's still a slight chance I might pick TrueNAS scale. There's 2 reasons why I still might pick TrueNAS scale. One is because the performance, right now I'm assuming it's out. The performance isn't the issue anymore. One is, what are the drawbacks with going with the unmineable RAID? Like, in other words, it's different than everything else. So why is it able to do what it does? Are there drawbacks to it? In other words, is it less secure? Is it less reliable? Those types of things. The other thing is that you boot off of a USB drive. We all know booting off a USB drive can be problematic. But I think the difference here is there's not any, it's only loading data off of it. It's not writing data to it. So it's only the program. That's the way I understood it to be. But you know, what happens when that USB dies? And then, yes, there's ways around it, but then you have to get with Unmineable and their customer service and to get a new USB hooked up. So I am leaning towards it because there are a lot of conveniences with it, but haven't fully decided yet. Yeah. So yes, Ted, he actually, I'm probably going to buy the drives from Ted, but he also directed me towards another case. And I was like, really? yeah, let me look at it. And then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, I definitely like it. The Meshify 2 is really nice. It has a lot of space for 3.5-inch drives, a lot of space. So to my heart's, whatever I want, I can pretty much expand. It will just be limited to the motherboard, ability to take in more SATA ports or whatever. So yeah, definitely looking at the Meshify 2. It's also about the same price as what I was looking at. I was looking at a Fractal Node 804, and it was like 100, but they're both like $125 from what I saw. So yeah, I'm leaning towards the Meshify 2 at this point. They're very, very different cases. The Node 804 is basically a 2-compartment case. We have the hard drives on one side and the motherboard and everything else in the other side. And it's more of like a cube. And it's smaller. And then you have the Meshify 2, which is a mid-tower. More typical type of thing. True. That is true. Device drive performance isn't going to be noticeable if you are still running over 1 gig network. That is correct, except I'm planning on increasing that. Probably not right away, but I will be adding a Mining King. What is the name of that switch? Basically a switch where, what the heck's it called? Anyway, it's going to be a 10 gig switch. And so I will have more that's what I was thinking of, aggregation switches. So I was going to add one aggregation switch, which will be a 10 gig switch, because I have two SFP plus ports in my router right now. I could run both of them to the aggregation switch and then have everything else coming off of the aggregation switch. Right now, I have one of those ports running to the switch downstairs. So I have a 10 gig link to the switch downstairs. And then I also have a 2.5 gig running to my computer. So need more 10 gig connections or 2.5 gig connections. I'll probably put a 10 gig card in my computer just so I can kind of take advantage of the speed. So I don't know. Now, that's one of the advantages of building, because in order to get a 10 gig on a NAS, like an off-the-shelf NAS, it gets pretty pricey. And you can buy a cheaper one, but then you're going to have to still then pay to do the upgrade. So you're then paying a lot more. I don't know about that. How did your video do when you did your network? Because I saw that. I actually have a diagram that I did do a video on that. Well, I didn't do it on the whiteboard. I did it on the computer. So yeah. Alrighty. All right. So let me go back up. So am I running this over USB or Ethernet? And do you have full 2.5 gig? I do not have full 2.5 gig. I have, so the backbone is 10 gig. It's 2.5 gig from the modem, from the gateway. So out, I've got 2.5 gig down, 2 gig down, 200 meg up. External, but that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about internal. So from the router, I go down to the switch, and from the router, I also go out to devices. So most of the devices are hooked up via 1 gig. My computer is hooked up via 2.5 gig, because I have a 2.5 gig port on mine. And there's an SFP plus port in the basement, and there's one up here. I actually have 2 optical SFP plus modules that I could use. So anyway, I have options if I get an aggregation switch, and that would be the big thing. So hang on, I'm going to go in order here. Device drive performance is, oh yeah, that's right. You already said that about the 1 gig. Aggregation switches. Are you adding a 10 gig NIC in the boxes too? Yes, that is the intention. May start out with a 2.5 to start, but the intention will be eventually to do 10 gig. Not going to be doing Wi-Fi. It's all going to be wired. Synology good for irreplaceable files. TrueNAS great for VMs. 2 different NAS need both. So yeah, I mean, a Synology is great. I mean, talk to anybody that's used Synology and they love it. It is the Apple of NASs. Bottom line. But you pay through the nose, and the hardware that you get with it is somewhat lacking. It does what you need it to do, I guess. But if you're looking for a little bit more, or you're looking for the ability to expand more easily, it's going to be easier to expand on a do-it-yourself one. So I know, like, when it comes to enterprise, TrueNAS is used by a lot of customers for enterprise solutions. It's one of the reasons why I'm thinking about possibly going with TrueNAS, because that skill might be valuable to helping, if I'm setting up my own TrueNAS system. So I don't think there's a whole heck of a lot of companies that are using Unraid. So that's one of the reasons why I'm also maybe leaning towards TrueNAS. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still deciding, but it's either going to be TrueNAS Scale or Unraid, one of the two. I'm not going to do Proxmox and do TrueNAS Core as a VM. I heard comments and I read, and while that will probably work and probably won't have any problems, it does add unneeded complexity in something that you're trying to be you want to be very reliable. So I heard it loud and clear. But what about irrigation? Irrigation? Aggregation. Anyway, King Trade says, let's make a whiteboard video planning out your home network. 1 million views in no time. That will not get 1 million views. It will not. I really want to know how many views yours got, because I guarantee people probably rolled their eyes. I enjoyed it, and there's definitely an audience for it, no question, but no, it won't get 2 million views. And like I said, I already did it. I already showed like what my networks were going to look like. Only thing that would change, I mean, I guess I could do it with the changes that would be made if I put the aggregation switch in. But other than that, no. Let's see. Powered by Max.ai. Yeah. I would like to have more power here just so I could do it, but it would be so freaking hot. We've already run into some problems already this year. Where it was uncomfortable in the house. Basically, the way we have it, the basement where the miners and the vast AI is, that area is 15 degrees warmer than the rest of the house. So if it's 95 down there, it still means it's 80 degrees in the house, which is uncomfortable. So, yeah. All right, let's see. My home lab vid is only about 16,000 views so far, but that's not just the network, it's the whole data center. Yeah, but doesn't that be more interesting? Wouldn't you get more views with that? The Mining King, did they answer your ticket yet? What ticket? Let's see. Nested virtualization for the win. No. No. It's funny because they're like, this is what's so funny. They don't tell you directly not to do it. They're just like, it's okay if you want to do Proxmox and do TrueNAS Core as a VM. That's great for a home lab when you kind of want to just test things out and see what works and what doesn't and to learn. And no, I want a working system. None of that said that you wanted a working system. So it always cracks me up when they're trying to point you away from going a certain direction, but they're so positive about it. It's like, no, you need to tell people, don't do it. You're an idiot. It's what I heard. So I still got the message, which was good, but maybe not everybody will get that message. Never say never, Max. John Germain says, I'm running TrueNAS Core and I like it. Like I said, I'll run TrueNAS Scale because I will want to run some other things. Oh, that almost forgot. Let me finish reading the comments. Game of Smoking Dan says, but you can't aggravate without irritating. Sorry, I got my words mixed up. Words are hard, as Geek says. But the other thing I'm planning on doing is I have a couple of Raspberry Pis that are just sitting around, not doing nothing. So I was like, I've heard some people talk about making them into home servers. So yeah, I think I'm going to run at least Pi-hole on one of them, and run Portainer. Yeah, I'm planning on playing around with the Raspberry Pi 4 and seeing what I can get running on it. Heck, the one guy's like, he had Plex running on it. Now, you're not going to stream to like 4 different, TVs or computers or whatever, but he's like, you run it to one, it actually works okay. It's just fine. You're not going to run 8K, but you could run 4K. So I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised that he was able to do it. Let's see. Swamp 7 says, I run TrueNAS Scale at a couple work locations, works really good in production. See, that's what I'm talking about. I like to learn things that might be valuable in the future if I get a job in IT. That was one of the reasons why I originally didn't want to go with Proxmox, because companies don't use Proxmox. They use VMware, and there's a specific one that I can't think of what the name of it is. It starts with an E. I originally started going that direction, but found out that doesn't play very well with AMD, especially with Realtek Ethernet ports. So I could not get a connection from it because the driver for the Ethernet port would not work with it. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going Proxmox. That's why I settled on Proxmox. Polish Miner says, recently bought a Pi 5 and have yet to set it up. I'm going to use it for CPU mining. Cool. Yes, ESXi. That was what I was thinking of. Thank you all, Sata. Appreciate it. Not true companies use Proxmox. Well, yes, you're correct. There's companies don't use Proxmox. They use something else. They use, AWS, or, that's where they run their VMs, is at one of the cloud companies, or they run ESXi. I know our company does a little bit of both. God, they do all kinds of stuff. They have, they do a little bit of Google Cloud. They do a little bit of Azure, and they do a little bit of ESXi. So they were actually looking for an ESXi administrator, engineer, I think technically is what it was. And I was so tempted. So, all right, let's see. What else are you guys talking about? Oh, you meant to say companies use Proxmox? Really? I had always heard that they didn't. I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, it runs really well. But yep, Orange Pi 5. Orange Pis are really, really nice as well. Swamp 7 actually run a time clock server on a Windows 10 VM on TrueNAS Scalebox. Integrates to ADP payroll, all automatically. Best thing ever, 15 minutes to do payroll now. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I could see how that would work. Oh my God. So interestingly enough, I don't know whether this was spam or not, or a scam or not, but I got a text, and UKG is one of the most popular applications or systems that companies use for their payroll. as well as benefits and everything else. It's just basically an HR system. Well, I got a text that said, hey, would you like to get your paycheck a little bit early? And, you know, you could do this, you could do that. And I'm like, I pretty much know what HR does. And for salaried people, I don't believe they have the ability to get a paycheck early. And looked at the link and I was like, I don't know. I guess I could see a lot of people getting scammed by it. I did not click on the link because I didn't want to get scammed by it. But if you do get that and your company runs UKG, beware. Be aware that this is out there. And I think that's a lot of scams run like that, where they try to put out emails, blast texts out to so many people that they know that some of this is going to apply to people. So, Game Explainer said, that was me. Just wanted your payroll number. Mining of the North. I need to know what Oilers. Yes. 1-0 Oilers. Excellent. Good to hear. Suck it, Panda. He's maybe not even here. LOL. Yep. Nobody ever got fired for buying Cisco or running Windows Server. That is so true. So true. And that's a lot of reasons why people don't do MikroTik or MikroTik, because yeah, nobody ever gets fired for running Cisco. I know we actually changed our Wi-Fi systems to Meraki. And they were like, oh yeah, this thing's the best. It does this, it's that. I'm like, come on. They all do that. Not saying Meraki's bad, but they were making it way more than it was. I think they got sold a bill of goods. Joker Miner says, won $2,500 tonight on pitcher strikeout parlay. Woohoo! Nice. Yeah, I know that Meraki's owned by Cisco. I don't know why they're the same, or why they're not just Cisco. I don't know. He's in his Discord ranting what? Oh. I'll have to troll him in his Discord. Anyway, all right. Well, I have been going. Wow, I've been going an hour. Well, a little over an hour actually. I keep forgetting I started at 8:10 tonight instead of 8 o'clock because I wanted to be ready. Any questions you guys have for me? I think I covered all of the projects. I feel like I missed one. I said NASA. Hang on, let me look at something real quick. Come on. Yep, I covered NAS server, NAS and Pi server. Yep. And oh, you know what? Before we go, I do want to do a quick poll. Who's still GPU mining? Start a poll. Are you still GPU mining? Yes. No. Start poll. So if you're mining some of the time, answer yes. So I know I am. I am still mining away. All right. Geek of all trades. New DNA license with Cisco makes cloud management about the same as Meraki now. Got it. I mean, probably using some of the same technology is one of the reasons why they bought them, probably, I would think. Joker Mars says Chlor, AI, and Ergo. Nice. And Geek of all trades is mining Pyron to Cass. Interesting. I am mining to Neoxa. Why? Because I want a node. Not rationalizing at all. But you know what? It's one of those things where, as I said, it's not their time, and I am buying them when they're down. Definitely buying. Now, will they come back? I don't know. I think they will, at least to a certain extent, but be interesting. Let's see. Switch from Warthog back to Vast. We'll try your tip to get verified. Well, let me know how it goes, iRescue Data. Be really curious if somebody else has the same success. So what I was told specifically to do, set the demand price really high and set the intermittent price low. So you can be rented intermittent or be running a background mining job and still get the verification test to go through. So it's that on demand, it's that demand job that you can't have running. They can't interrupt that to run the test. No, so intermittent, what I mean by that is when you set the pricing, you set an on-demand price and you set an intermittent price. It's the second line. And what that means is that can be, sorry, not intermittent, interruptible. Sorry, misspoke. So it means that the job can be interrupted. I mean, definition of interruptible, I guess. So you can get an interruptible job on your computer. You just have to make sure that an interruptible job or you're doing a background mining job on it instead. One of those two things, and it can still, that job that they need to run in order to verify your machine can still run. It basically can interrupt those things, run it, and then get off, and then those things will start back up again. So keep that in mind. Let's see how we're doing. Nice. It looks like we've got a 72 to 28%. We have 46 votes. All right. Let's see. Let's look to see. So iRescue Data says, okay, it can be rented, but not dedicated, right? Yes, exactly. So you want to set the on-demand or dedicated price really high, and then the interruptible you want to set low, so hopefully you still make some money on it. But then again, the job can come through to verify you. Yes, 2-0. Edmonton, woohoo! Go Oilers. So if anybody wants to know, the reason why I'm rooting for the Oilers is because the Blackhawks in Vancouver, back when they were winning their Stanley Cups, had a huge rivalry with Vancouver. It seemed every single year they'd go to 6 or 7 games in their series, and the Hawks most of the time won those series. So it was a huge rivalry, and the teams did not like each other at all, which obviously led to fights, led to more entertainment. So yeah, it was entertaining to watch, but that's why I won't root for the Canucks, because of those days where Blackhawks just hated the Canucks. What about salad? Well, I had salad for dinner. It was really good. So thanks to Sunflower Mama for making that salad. Next. I don't know enough about salad, but salad is another AI platform. You can only do 1 GPU rigs on there, though. That's important to know. And if there's a bunch of different rules, but if you do not complete a job, you make 0. You do have enough time. Like if you go down for a little bit, you do have the ability to recover and finish the job, but there's rules as to how much time you can be down. So it's just different. The good thing is you don't have to set a price. They tell you what the price is going to be. So you don't have to worry about, did I set it too high? Did I set it too low? Yeah. I don't know as far as security what it's like or anything like that. I'm not super familiar with it. But right now I am more focused on Vast right now. It's been doing well for me. And I don't know if I get to a point where I'm not successful with one of my rigs, like it's not verified and it's not getting rented at the rate I want it to get rented at, then I may move it to salad and give it a shot. We'll see. Let's see. Luke Pugliese said, good evening, mining and crypto. Could you do a poll now for coins people are mining now that we know the mining count number from the poll? I'm serious. But what are the choices? Because people can't put in their own selection. You tell me the choices, Luke, and I'll put the poll up. Game of Smoking Dan said, try having about 8+ teams in one city. That's how many soccer teams are in London, England. Was mad back in the early 80s. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some like movies, not movies, but shows about like what was happening back then and how a lot of the teams have evolved over the years and different owners and all that kind of stuff. I think there was one specific, like there were like 3 big teams in the London area, and one of the teams was like didn't have anywhere near the amount of money as the other 2, and they were always fighting to try to be competitive. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash is asking John Germain, have you tried to mine Zephyr on that orange Pi? All right. Well, maybe next time, Luke, unless you are going to type in what you want me to put in the poll. Because like I said, we could be like going on and on unless you want me to put just what people have put in here. All right, here we go. Just looking for you to pick the top 3 or so that you would be mining personally. Well, I don't want to direct people to do what I'm doing, so that's why I was like, so the ones that were on here were Pyron. Shoot, I don't even remember what people said. I know somebody said Pyron. And so Pyron to Kaz, Chlor and Ergo. And let's see. Those are the only ones I saw. But yeah, I'll put a poll up for that. I'll leave an other. Oh. No, that's not what I wanted. Let's try that again. Start a poll. Oh, it's not letting me start another poll. Oh, because I haven't ended this one yet. I need to end that first. Now I can start a poll. All right. What are you mining? What is your quest? So he said Chlor, Pyron, Ergo, Consensus. Oh, it won't let me do any more than that. I can only do 4 selections. It won't let me add another one. So we're just going to do other then. All right, starting the poll. Let me know what you guys are mining. And if it is other, put in the chat what you're actually mining. Oh, Luke said, oh, well, you said RXD, sorry. Well, CAS, I mean, nobody should be mining CAS on their GPUs. So I'm thinking if you have CAS miners, of course you're going to be mining Caspa. I mean, that kind of goes without saying. Radiant and Lithium. I mean, Lithium, kind of the same thing. It's getting to the point where it's impossible to make money mining a Lithium because the yield is so low. Same thing with Radiant. That's why I didn't put them in there. But let's see if I'm going to look at. Let's look at GPUs and let's look at a 3070 because that's kind of what a lot of people have. Right now, Evermore is showing as the most profitable at, well, here, I actually have it at the wrong rate, at 12 cents. At 12 cents, we have Eternity, followed by Evermore, followed by Inokas, Diner Tether, and then Ergo. So Ergo is the most profitable, well-known coin right now on a 3070. It's interesting that Zelhash, NiceHash Zelhash is actually pretty profitable right now. At 12 cents, it's about 10 cents per day. Again, not making a lot, but it's greater than 0. It is greater than 0. All right. Oh, geez. So many people mining other. Geek of All Trades says, you're mining Peppa Pow? Nice. Do I believe you? Nope. Not at all. So Nick the Best, yes, you're doing mineable to Solana, but what are you mining in unmineable? That's really the coin you're mining. Unmineable just makes it easier to mine and trade into the coin you want. That's all it does. But what are you actually mining? Varus is dead. Yeah, it's kind of not really done a heck of a lot. I still have some in my Trade Ogre account, but yeah, not much. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash says, kapow to unmineable on my AMD rig. My NVIDIA rig is off. I only have NVIDIA rigs. I do not have AMD rigs anymore. But I can tell you what I'm mining is profitable. I mean, it's not a big secret. Zealous is out there. I mean, Panda. I mean, geez. Just totally like lets the cat out of the bag. Not that people weren't already talking about it. What about you're trolling me again. Bar? Is that, what is that associated with? That was something that Retro Mike talked about. Is that related to Varus? I think it is. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Coins. There, I said it. I am mining coins. There you go. So Nick says Pyron, Fish Hash, Script, K Heavy Hash. Got it. This is not Pirate Day, people. Not Pirate Day at all. Now, my question is, did anybody catch the reference, the movie reference I did? What is your quest? It's the best movie of all time. Oh, can't pick both, huh? Well, we were the person that put them out there, so I'm like, okay. Oh, Geek of All Trades. Scroll up and see my comment. I didn't read it. I got what about VAR? I got that part. Was there another one? Wait a minute. Nick the Best. That's a really good idea, actually. Why didn't I think of that? Okay. Oh, unmineable Solana. Got it. Me and my secrets. I told you what the secret was. Oh, and Hawk, you're going to have to go back and rewind and watch the beginning of the stream. I talked about you. Don't anybody tell him. Got to go back and watch the beginning. Oh, shoot, Joker. Go back and watch the beginning. I'm sure you'll roll your eyes and be like, you're embarrassing me, Dad. But I enjoyed it. Let's see. Nick the Best. I can show you if you want in the VC after stream. Let's see. And then what if your favorite color? What is your favorite color? Blue. No, green. Ah! Yes. He knows what it is. I forget what the what is the speed of a laden swallow? African or European? I don't know that. Ah! Anyway. Mining King. It's not the 300. No, it is definitely not the 300. That is not the best movie. It's a good movie, but not the best movie. All right. We are definitely getting off track. Is Retro Mike here? Did I miss him? How would I have missed Retro Mike? I'm scrolling up now to see. I see Rayo's Mining was here. And Edward. Welcome, people. Yeah, I did not see him here. Well, if you are just watching Retro Mike, welcome. Yes, we are no longer the knights who say ni. All right. Got it. I do not have you blocked. Why are you not a mod? You were a mod before. That's why I didn't see you, is because I was looking for a mod. The hell? All right, now I won't miss you. You're now a moderator. I did not block him. I definitely did not block him. I don't know. YouTube sometimes being very strange. All right, guys. Well, I talked way longer than I thought I was going to be. I did not revoke his status. If I unmodded you, I did it unintentionally, but I don't know how the heck you unmod somebody unintentionally. Anyway. Came me swinging in by saying you don't see Mike. I feel like that is a personal attack on him. Naughty boy. I did turn him blue. See, he's blue. Up above. 2 chats above you, John. Alrighty. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys all being here. That was definitely a fun one for me. Hope, Hawk, you like that when you go back to the beginning. And we will see you again next Monday. Maybe there'll be a video out this week. We'll see. And but definitely see you on Saturday Night Live, and see you again next Monday on Mondays with Max. All right, guys. Have a good one, everybody. The General is out. Have a good one.